Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my Sephora sale recommendations video. The sale starts tomorrow for Rouge members. That is April 1st, and you get 20% off. For VIB, you get 15% off, and it starts on the 5th. And then for insiders, you get 10% off, and that starts on the 7th. Although everybody can shop until the 11th. That's the last day of the sale. So I've got lots of stuff, but I wanted to just give a disclaimer that I'm not talking about all my favorites at Sephora. It's quite impossible to put all the beautiful products that Sephora has in one video. So I try to be quite selective and share with you guys some of the newer products that I've been enjoying. Also, some of the products that it's just a no-brainer, like I use all the time. So yeah, if you guys are interested, continue watching, grab something to drink or eat because I think it's going to be a long one. And let's talk about all the new products. Of course, the sale is a great time to buy your basics, your skincare products, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna replenish all my skincare products. Perfumes, I think you can save a lot of money on perfumes that really don't go on sale. And those are your basic products. So when you think of the sale, definitely replenish on those things, even if it's not the most fun, because you will actually need those products and go through those products rather than a new eyeshadow palette or a new blush. Those are things that you really don't go through them quite that often. And saving money on skincare is a lot, and perfumes. Now in this video, I'm just strictly sharing makeup. I'm not going to talk about skincare or hair care or home care. That can be another video if you guys are really interested, but this is going to be all makeup. The only product that is kind of a mix between skincare and primer for me is this Glowscreen by Supergoop. This is SPF 40 and I'm out of it. I have just a little bit more, so I will definitely be repurchasing this one. I adore this SPF. It has a tint to it and it has glow. So it's not a white one, as you can see right there. And I use this as a primer as well because it has such a beautiful finish and glow. And to me, that also carries as a primer. And sometimes I just wear this one by itself and I just have just a radiance to my skin. So absolutely gorgeous. And again, I will repurchase that one. For primers, I have 3 and I've spoken about these quite a bit. I'm going to start with Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Glow Serum. And this kind of reminds me of the glow that this has. I think it's a little bit more. And it also acts really well as a primer. I find that it really makes the foundation stick to your face in the best way possible. It has a beautiful sheen to it. It is not sticky, but it has a finish that allows foundation to really stay on your skin really well. It's right there. The glow is there and it's moisturizing, but it's not too glowy where you're tinfoil. So it really is beautiful with or without makeup, but that is a primer I've been using pretty much every time I do my makeup because it's so beautiful. It works with so many things and I love it. Another primer is this Hourglass Vanish. This is absolutely stunning. It's a all-in-one primer. It really helps with the pores. It helps with evenness through the skin, like texture-wise. It makes my foundation last a long time and it is not drying. So such a good all-in-one primer. This kind of took the place for my Tatcha primer. I haven't touched that one since I bought this primer because it does, I wouldn't say the exact same thing. I think this is a little bit more blurring than the Tatcha, and the Tatcha is a little bit more moisturizing. But yeah, it's new. I'm wearing it. The packaging is absolutely just stunning. And it's one of the few new Hourglass primers that I've really fallen in love with. And of course, it is the sale, so I have to recommend my favorite primer that I own. It is the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Primer, an arm and a leg, but saving 20% off is it'll save you quite a bit. It is the most poreless primer I have ever tried. It keeps oils like at bay. It is so extremely smoothing. I wouldn't consider this if you're extremely dry, because I do find it a little bit powdery, so it dries out like a powder, and if you're extremely dry, this may not be for it, but I am normal to dry, and now in the summer I definitely tend to be more normal, if not even glowy around my T-zone, so this is absolutely perfection. Now, foundations. I've decided to not include foundations in this video because I've done so many videos on foundations. I will link down below my ranking all the new foundations that I've tried, and I think that will be a really helpful video. Actually intentionally did it before the sale, that way you guys can see 10, I think, foundations that I've ranked. That way you can just make a better decision. So I will link that one below, but I think it would be quite repetitive of me sharing all the new foundations that I think are amazing. So we're gonna skip over the foundations and move on to concealers. I am a huge fan of correctors, so I will just briefly mention these two. This is the NARS corrector. This is in the color light, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury under eye corrector in the shade medium. I love them both. The NARS is a very extremely light texture, and it blends into the skin in like 2 seconds. And this has a little bit more of that creaminess, a bit more textury, but it doesn't show on the skin. So these are the two correctors that I use all the time. I do love the Bobbi Brown corrector. I have not tried the new stick corrector, but I will be picking up in the sale because I'm really curious about that new formula. But they're all potted correctors are absolutely amazing as well. Concealers. I have here 4 that I'm going to talk about. I'm trying to move real quick because I feel like I've talked about these concealers quite a bit. Lancôme Teint Idole. This is a beautiful medium to full coverage. It's a very light on the skin, but it doesn't crack on me or it doesn't look heavy. It's a very lightweight and it has really good coverage. I love that one. The next favorite one is the Kosas. This, I have talked about this so much. I have mine in 2.5 and it is a good shade for me. I don't feel like I have to like pair it with another one. Sometimes if I'm really self-tan, I'll pair it with the 4N. But yeah, it's not yellow on me, which is great. It's a very creamy, almost like an eye cream under the eyes. LYS, this is a newer one, which I have really loved. It's very full coverage, but I almost never wear the concealers as full coverage. I put very little and I try to blend it in more like a medium coverage. So this is, which color is this? LN6. I will link everything below with the correct shades if I forget to mention them. So this is extremely light and it blends in so fast. It has slight radiance to it and it is so beautiful. You can definitely have that as a fuller coverage. I definitely wear it as a medium coverage. Also, it is quite affordable and it feels like a serum under your eyes. And my all-time favorite concealer, it's the Makeup Forever HD concealer. This is for me like the Tarte Shape Tape is for many other ones. That one is extremely drying. I cannot wear that concealer. Too much coverage, but for me this is a beautiful medium to full coverage creamy concealer, and it does everything that I need it to do. It gives a lot of coverage if I want to spread it out and just have it as a medium. It does that. It never creases bad. When I say creases, every concealer will crease. If you have an intense line there over the day, it may get in there, but it's not noticeable. And if I powder this, it's like perfect. It has just a natural finish. It doesn't have a glow, and it's just wonderful. I absolutely love it. It's been in my collection for a very, very long time. It's right there, and just a staple in my collection for sure. Powders, I'm gonna mention 3 of them. Obviously the Kosas powder, it is my favorite powder that I own. It's broken, but I don't care. I have a really hard time repurchasing this in a new packaging that's not broken because it seems like a waste, and I'm still gonna use this one, but absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't look like anything on the skin, but it sets. It has still some blurring properties, just wonderful. But I have discovered 2 other powders that I really like at Sephora. The Rare Beauty powder. Now this is a little bit more intense than the Kosas, and it has pigment. The one I have is in light medium, and it's quite peachy, and I think that's why I like it so much. Now if you're fair, and if I'm not self-tan, this can pull a little bit dark on me, but when I am just in the summer, perfect powder, like, or when I'm self-tan, beautiful because it's extremely blurring, and the peach color in there is really, really wonderful. It has, you can like open it up, but I think once I forgot to open it, so powder got everywhere. But I really, really love the properties of this powder. It's soft, it's blurring, and it's color correcting. So I really like this one. And then the last one I just have fallen in love with is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Microfinishing powder, loose powder. This is in the small one. They have a big one, and it's just wonderful. I love the packaging as well. It's simple, but it has that mesh in there that allows the product to not just go everywhere. And I find it very unnoticeable. It blurs the skin, it takes the shine away, and that's it. It almost disappears once you put it on. It does the job, and that's it. And it's a great staple product. Now, the only face palette that I have to recommend is this Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm face palette. This is such a beautiful product. I have had it since it first came out, and I use it quite often. Mostly lately, I just kind of picked it up and I can't put it down. It has beautiful contour colors. See that sheen? There's no sheen in it, but it has a sheen, the powder. And then the highlighter and the blush, which has a lot of glow in it, so you could definitely use it almost like a highlighter. They're just great products. They're all baked gelée products, so they're very soft, blendable, but you don't see, they're not powdery. They're not powdery whatsoever, and I really like this contour. It's so good, and even as a bronze, like if I want a bronze, I will just combine these two and use that. So yeah, this is a very good face powder. It's actually the only one I have to recommend. For cream products, which I use a lot of, I have to mention the Westman Atelier contour stick is just absolutely my all-time favorite. This is in biscuit, and I use mainly this one. If I'm really tan, I'll go for truffle, or if I just want this to be more as a bronze look, I will go for this one. But absolutely stunning products. Let me swatch them for you. That way, if you're kind of like a medium to tan skin, you have an idea. But I obviously have so many videos where I've used these. So you can see here, this is biscuit, and it has a little bit of that cool undertone, and then truffle, and there is a deeper one as well that they came out with. I can't remember the name, but there is another one if you're like deeper in skin tone. But these are just so incredibly blendable. Like, look at that. And it looks intimidating when you swipe it, but then it blends in so fast. So absolutely my favorite contour sticks. And then another great new product is this Rare Beauty. Is this a contour stick or a bronzer? Absolutely gorgeous, easy, fast. This one is in Happy Soul, and I really like this color. It is almost like contour bronzer mix for me because it's not quite super cool tone, but I can pull it off as a contour. It has that almost moussey texture, like it's creamy, but it dries out very powdery. And once it dries out, dries down, it really stays in place really well. And again, I think Rare Beauty has amazing products, and their new tinted moisturizer, I cannot wait. I will be picking that up during the sale. And then a staple product in my collection, again, one of those that I will probably forever have, is this Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. I actually use both. I love the highlighter. I take it with my finger or with a sponge. Those are the only two ways that I found that I really love the way the highlighter looks. It has no color to it, and it just gives a beautiful, just wet look. And then the contour, of course, it is the best. It is very creamy. It blends in like a dream. I like the tone. This is in the shade 1. There are other colors as well. For me, this is more of a bronzer, but when I use this one, I don't contour as well. So this kind of serves the purpose for both. I know it's expensive, but it is something that I will always have in my collection. And then powder bronzers. I have quite a few that I like at Sephora. I love the Gucci one, absolutely love the Kosas, and this I think it's really good for like summer because it has a sheen to it. It definitely does. Like, it's not straight up glitter in it, but it does have a sheen to it, a glow sheen that outside, maybe in the sunlight, you can kind of notice it, but I love it. I love it so much. Glowish is absolutely gorgeous. Even this one has a slight sheen, not quite as much as the Kosas, but it does have just a sheen to it where it's not super matte, but that's a great one. I'm going fast because I didn't even want to mention these, but how can I not? Charlotte Tilbury, absolutely stunning. You get a ton of product and it's refillable. This is a matte bronzer. It is in medium, shade medium. And then one that was the one that I really wanted to mention is this Lila B product. It is my new summer favorite, or spring summer. The negative with this is that I think there's only one shade, and only if you're light to medium you can pull this off. If you're darker, you cannot come close to this. But for me and my skin tone, if you have close to my skin tone for summer, it is just beautiful. It is right there. It's very soft, very soft, and I can almost put it all over. The packaging is very luxurious. This is how you close it. It looks like a pebble, and it's a very heavy but very beautiful. So yeah, I didn't talk much about the Gucci because I've talked about this so much. I love this product, absolutely love it. I think it gives such a beautiful bronzy, glowy look without having any actual shimmer in it, particles. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I have mine in shade 3. I have to say I'm very proud at how fast I'm moving. I was expecting to be here for a very long time. Now blushes. I have a lot of blushes. So I'm going to start with the just staple in my collection, the Tower 28 blushes. I have here Magic Hour, which is probably the most popular shade. Golden Hour, absolutely adore this one. It is very just peachy and beautiful. It's great for summer. And then the Power Hour I used a lot in the winter. These are extremely pigmented. You can absolutely use them on your lips. They have no glitter or shimmer, but they have a sheen to it because of their texture, and they're absolutely incredible and very well priced. Next one that I've talked a lot about, and it's this Westman Atelier. This I would say is one of their stunning products, one of their top most selling products. And I agree that they're just incredible. I have here Petal, which is a beautiful pinky rosy color, and then Chouchette right here that is more of a peach color. I would say that this formula is really unique because it is matte without being drying. It does not lift foundation from underneath, and it just blends into the skin absolutely perfectly, and it lasts all day long. I am actually wanting to pick up a few more from the sale, but we'll see where my cart is at. I wanted a new shade. Is it Mimi that they came out with that's limited edition? But I don't think that is at Sephora. I think it's only on their website. But Westman Atelier has just amazing blushes, and I don't think anybody would dislike these. I think these are very easy blind buy pretty much without swatching them. A newer-ish product for me is the Rose Ink. I've had these since they came out, but it's still newer than the other ones. I have here Heliotrope, and then I have Foxglove, and they're both very, very beautiful. This is more of that pinky color that kind of goes with almost everything. This is definitely more intense, and I think this is my favorite color out of both of them. It's right there, and it has a punch. These are extremely creamy but also thick, and I think they're absolutely stunning. I think the price is right, and they're refillable. I may be wrong about the price. I can't remember how much they were, but absolutely beautiful, beautiful blushes. And I like that they're refillable, so you can just get the actual color and swap it, you know, if you run out of them. A newer product is the Patrick Ta. This is She's Blushing, and any of the Patrick Ta dual blushes are just incredible, and you need one in your collection because I think they are so versatile, so stunning, and just overall you have everything you need in these blushes because you have cream, because you have powder, and they combine so well together. It's just gorgeous. Let me show you the She's Soleil. So my all-time favorite blush color from him is this one, She's Soleil, and I still think it trumps this She's Blushing just because it's more of those brown undertones, and for my skin tone I really love those, but She's Blushing is close second. These are definitely my two top favorite colors from him, and I think they are just absolutely stunning. You guys have seen it in action many times. And then a very expensive blush powder that I just love, and I know some people have really strong opinions on it, but it is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate blushes. You get two blushes. They're very expensive. They're $90, but you know, if you are interested, get it on sale. I love this duo. This is an O2 Explicit Flush, and I wanted to get the first one, the rosy, but honestly I think I would still pick this one more because it has a very nude, beautiful shade. Look at that. Oh, so stunning. And if I want a little bit of pop, you have this one. For me, I think this is what I gravitate towards. I'm probably not gonna go for the pink ones as much as I go for this one because I love it, and I've used it so much. This used to have like the imprint TF all over it, and it's gone because I really do use it a lot. Let me apply just a little bit so you can see how pretty it is. I'm gonna take the nude just because I have a bright lipstick. So I'm taking this and just giving it a little bit. Obviously I have blush under, and it's actually a cream blush, so these go so well on top of just anything, but that's just a neutralize it a little bit, and it's just so beautiful. So I definitely recommend these. To me they're more of a matte finish, but it has a sheen to it, but no glitter. They say one of them is glowy and one of them is matte. I really don't see much of a difference, but they're absolutely beautiful. And then a product that is absolutely out of this world, and if you've been thinking about it and it's available, get it. It's these Danessa Myricks Lip to Cheek, palette. Dewy Cheek and Lip palette. Both colors are incredible. I can pull off this, the deeper one, and the bright one. There's not enough good things to say about this. This does not emphasize texture. It is not too sticky. Initially, obviously it's sticky because it's more of that cream, but it blends into the skin so seamlessly. This is actually what I had on before I put that blush. I had these two colors on, and they are just absolutely gorgeous. You can absolutely use them on the lips. I've had issues with this lighter shade. They sent me one and it was like completely melted, and they sent me this one that's much better, but it still has a little bit of that extra creaminess. So I really think it's the actual formula that is just a little bit different than the other ones. But I even used this pink many times, which me and pink, we're not best friends, but that just works. And then this, if you're more in the nudes, they look intense, but they are not. Like, they blend in, look at that, so easily. And every time I wear this palette, people tend to comment on like, ooh, your cheeks are so glowy. Oh, they look so pretty. What are you wearing? So yeah, if you've been thinking about these palettes, and again, if they're still available, pick one up. You won't regret it. I think it's a very versatile. You can put it on your lips and it really works so well. Many times I would wear this deeper one with this one on top, or this and this, and you guys were asking, oh, what do you have on your lips? Usually it was this one, and yeah, I think it's priced well for what it is, and you get a ton of product here and very, very beautiful finish. These actually stay right here on my top drawer. I am trying to clean up as I talk about these products so I can see the end. Highlighters. I have here 4 to recommend. One is an old favorite that I've been using so much. This is the Dior Backstage Glow Face palette, and I talked about this in my March favorites, but really I've been using it a lot just overall. This is a beautiful bronzer topper. I really do put this one over my bronzer if I want to look extra glowy. This is the product that sells the palette for me. It is a beautiful peachy skin-like texture, very soft, and it has no shimmer in it, but it's very glowy. These two are more shimmery. This has a green undertone, but it doesn't show up too green. Like, you can definitely make this work. And then the pink one I use probably more just because it's more pink undertone, and it's beautiful as a highlighter. This is just a beautiful palette, and I use all 4 of them. However, I do wish that they'd come out with the peach by itself because it's that good. Merit has a beautiful highlighter. This is cream, and you get, I think, a ton of product, and it is a very, very glowy and pretty. The color that I like is Kava, but they have a pink one, Bounce. I have it, and it works as well. These are a little bit more see-through and glossy, so you're not gonna get a huge pigment off of it, but it has a beautiful gloss right there. My hand is dirty, so I don't know how much you can see, but it's really pretty. The only negative that I find with this one, it's not that they're sticky. I don't find these two lay down sticky, but they have a smell. I feel like they go bad faster than other ones because they're more natural. And I feel like I have that paint smell. I don't like that. I don't smell it once I put it on, but when I open the tube and smell it, I can definitely smell it. And the last two, of course, Westman Atelier. How could I not make a video without mentioning these? Pearl de Pêche, the most beautiful highlighter blush topper that I've ever had. It looks like my skin, it looks like I'm glowing, and it's not too intense. It doesn't have any actual glitter in it, and I find it just absolutely stunning. I use it in every video, and of course I would mention that now. And then their actual highlighter, stick highlighter, this is what I'm wearing today. This is in Nectar, and look how much I used. I mean, I think that's a lot for me for having so many highlighters. And yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. You can add a little bit here. Kind of looks just wet. Now this has stickiness to it. It's nothing intense. Like, it's not like my hair gets stuck on it, but you do have that stickiness initially. It kind of calms down throughout the day, but it never fully dries down. So if that bothers you, maybe go for the Peau de Pêche. I think merit between these two. I think, let me swatch them side by side to see which one feels a little bit stickier. I want to say the Westman Atelier is just a little bit thicker. Yeah, the Westman Atelier is stickier, but it's also much, much glossier than the Merit. For brows, of course, these two products, the Gucci Brow Powder Pencil, I cannot live without this. I am almost out of it. Look how little I have left. However, I don't think if you have really thin brows and you want to work on those like hair-like strokes, I don't think this is for you. But if you have thicker brows like me and you just need to fill in a little bit without them looking fake, this is the product for you. It's so fast. It's waxy in the best way and a little bit powdery, hence the name. And it is just perfect. Every time I use a different brow pencil, I don't like my brows. I literally wipe them off and go with this one because it looks more natural. And I really like the Kosas brow gel. Now I don't need a brow gel, but I do enjoy this one. So yeah, these are the two brow products that I ever use. Or the M Cosmetics, which is not available at Sephora. I did want to mention this one product. This is from Tarte, and this is the Fake Awake. And I use this every single day. This is a nude pinkish color. It's actually more nude than pink, but it has just a bit of a peachy pink undertone, but it's nude. And I use this in my waterline. I use it right up to on the top of my line just to brighten up that area. And it is great. It stays in place really well. And it's the only one I found that stays in place and just wears so well. And I love how thin it is because I can really just line precisely. And yeah, I've used this for years and years, and I think it's great. I have two mascaras to recommend, and they're both minis that I have, but the Bite Beauty, you guys know I've used this since it came out, and it is what I'm wearing today. Stunning, voluminous, separating. Don't overbuild it because it can get really intense, but I love it. It doesn't smudge on me. And then the Pat McGrath, which one is this? The Max Dark Star Mascara. I really, really love it. I've sang its praises for quite some time, so we're gonna leave it there. I have a lot of lip products, so I'm gonna go to the eyeshadows. I haven't worn a ton of eyeshadow lately, but the one that I think I just absolutely love is this one from Tom Ford. This is the Smoky Quartz, and it's a very boring, it's just, you know, those colors, but it has a beautiful texture. It's a powder with slight, barely there cream texture. They're all matte. I wear these pretty much almost every day if I need something in my crease or if I'm not going for color. These are just stunning. I love the undertones. I have so many reviews of using this palette, and I have a full dedicated review on the Tom Ford Quads. the Cream Nude Tom Ford Quads, and this is absolutely my favorite. I do like the other one here. This is the Rose Topaz. I do really like it. It has different textures, but I don't go for this one over the matte one because I am kind of boring and I don't tend to do a ton with my eyes. So I do go for this one, and I can't recommend it enough. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It is kind of boring. You're gonna get kind of similar looks, but if it's those colors that you always gravitate towards, it's worth investing in a really good palette that you're gonna wear daily. Now I have pulled out a few palettes that I really like. This is the Natasha Denona Glam Face palette. So I like the deep one a lot. I like it more than the light one. I know a lot of people like the light one, but the light one is a little boring for me. I have these shades quite a lot. However, they're wonderful. These nudes, like the browns, where are they? Right here, are really, really gorgeous. Everyday kind of palette. The shimmers are really intense and pigmented. Just such good quality. Look at those. And then the highlighter is stunning, and the blush as well. So I guess this is another face palette, but I really like the deep one. As you can see, I've used it more. I like the blush a little bit more. I like the highlighter because it's not quite that bright on me. And these colors, this one right here and this, I just love this one right here. I think it is my favorite. It's a taupey color, and it has like so much going on in there. Let me swatch it. It's right there. It's like a beautiful brown, but it has sparkles in there. Oh, it has a little bit of a gray color to it. Stunning, stunning, and I gravitate towards this quite a lot. Even though the browns are a little intense for me, I can just tap it off and make it work. But both of these are absolutely stunning, and if you're in the market for a kind of all-in-one palette, that is really good. Next one is this Natasha Denona Retro palette. I know this is a little older, but I love it. It's kind of boring-ish, like you don't have those super intense shimmers, but if you like pinks and purples, this is a great one. You also have more of those kind of like neutral warm colors. You have that one that is just so good. My favorite color is this one right here. It is a shimmer. Kind of reminds me of the other one. You see what I'm gravitating towards. But every time I use this palette, I really like my look. So this is a great one. Obviously, any Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona palettes are great. However, do not buy Pat McGrath from the sale, because Pat McGrath on her website tends to have much better deals on these palettes. You can get 30% off her mothership palettes from her website, and she has sales all the time. And then another one that really stood out to me is the Huda Rose Quartz palette. I find it so beautiful. Similar tones to the other one, but it has so many different textures, and it is just absolutely stunning. So good. I think she did an amazing job. This is definitely my favorite Huda palette that she came out with. Now there's other ones like the Natasha Denona Biba palette. It's just probably my favorite palette that she has. So there are many eyeshadow palettes that are absolutely stunning. I really like the Natasha Denona Pastel palette that she just came out with, but you have to like those colors. Okay, so let's move on to lip products, and then we're done. The only lip liner that I'm gonna recommend is the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude color. I love this one so much more than Pillow Talk. Even Pillow Talk is really nice, but I like more of a nude, and Pillow Talk is a little bit more pink. But the other lip liners that I use are Victoria Beckham and M Cosmetics and Lisa Eldridge. Like, I'm wearing a Lisa Eldridge lip liner today, and they're not a Sephora. But let's talk about lip products. I'm going to start with these from Givenchy. These are the sheer velvet lipsticks. I have color 27, 16, and 10. I will swatch them for you. Here are the colors that I have. I'm going to start with 27. It's a beautiful red berry-ish color, but because they're velvety and a little bit more matte and they're a little sheer, you can wear this daily. It looks so beautiful on the lips. Next one is the number 16, and I love it so much. It gives me color, but it's not too much. I can build it up to have a little bit more of a punch. It's so beautiful. And number 10, it's just a little bit more nude and pinky color. Even that one is just great. I just love this formula so much, and it's because of you guys that I picked these up. You guys recommended them, and ever since I bought them, every week I use them, every single week. If I don't know what to wear, I'll just pick one of those and wear it. Makeup by Mario came out with the lip creams, and I just adore them. I have two, but the one that I recommend is the pinky brown. It is a very creamy, and they're matte, and they do last so well on the lips, and that's why I think I gravitate towards them, because they last very long time and they're not too matte. They're not like that matte liquid lipstick. They're lip cream, so they're kind of creamy on the lips. I wouldn't say that they're super moisturizing, but they're not drying. I like the mocha latte as well. It's definitely more brown, but I tend to spread it out and it looks really nice as well. But I need to have a look for this color, but for the pinky brown, it pretty much matches my lips and it's easy for me to wear. Another newer lipstick is the Natasha Denona. This is from the Rose lipstick. This is Kala, and this is my favorite from her collection. I have all three of them, but this color is the best. I think it is beautiful. It's rosy, but it has a little bit of that brown undertone that calms it down, so it's not super pink. The formula is a very creamy, very moisturizing, wears decent, and it's just a beautiful, very well priced lipstick. Now Merit came out with their lipsticks, and I find them the most beautiful formula, texture wise, packaging. Look at this. I am missing one. I have another one and it's somewhere in my purse because I wear it so much. Out of all of the releases, I think this is my favorite release. I have here Cabo, which is what I'm wearing today. I mixed it with something. I also have Tiger and I have Slip. Slip is that very nude color, brownie nude, but it's absolutely stunning. Tiger is my second favorite. Well, maybe it's my favorite. It's almost like the Cinnabar from Lisa Eldridge, just in a sheer creamier formula and very glossy. Cabo is here. That's what I'm wearing on my lips so right now, and I have another Merit on top of that one, and then I have Slip, which is nowhere to be seen. I kind of looked in my purse a little bit. I couldn't find it, but I know it's somewhere because it's probably in the pocket of my jacket or something because I wear it so much. But these are very creamy, moisturizing. They feel like a lip balm. It has a beautiful sheen to them, and I love the colors that they came out with. So these are a great release. You cannot go wrong with these. Now, I definitely recommend the Merit lip oils, and that is what I have in the center. I have this, I think this is Cara Cara. Yes, this is Cara Cara, and I put this on top of Cabo just to give it a little bit more gloss. Very, very beautiful. I have their nudes as well, the Taupe and Au Naturel, and they're just good lip oils. They're not sticky at all. They're moisturizing, and they have decent pigment. And then two other things. Westman Atelier lip gloss. It is so expensive, but it is so beautiful. This is in Nunu, and it's one of my favorite lip glosses that I have because it's so juicy. Look at that. And every time I put this on top of any lipstick, it just makes my lips look so much bigger, so much juicier. And I think it's a unique formula. It's not shimmery, like it doesn't have sparkle in it, but it's so moisturizing and juicy, and oof, I love it. The only negative is that it doesn't stay a long time, so you have to reapply, but I don't mind it because I do like the packaging. It's like a very heavy and just you can tell that it's an expensive product. And then the last one is this lip glow from Dior. Just loving this so much. I've been using it on every day pretty much, almost like a lip balm. I used it in my last video. It has a sheen to it. I put it right there. See, it turns pretty pink on me, but it's a pretty pink. It's a pink that's kind of everyday pink. It's not too much. Very moisturizing. I get the hype now. This, I don't think I've ever tried it before, and I have fallen in love. There's the new Dior Addict, which I will be absolutely picking up those up, a couple colors, because I think they're just so gorgeous. So yeah, at the sale, I will be picking those up. Wow. That was a long one, lots of products that I need to link down below. And if you like a YouTuber and if you want to support it, shop the sale through our links. It doesn't have to be me, but whoever you want to support, use those links. It costs you nothing, and that's how we make money and are able to, you know, pay for things and pay for our families, and it really helps us out. So everything that I talked about will be linked down below, and I would appreciate it if you used those links. So happy shopping, have a fun day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.